going on YouTube? It's the Chivalrous Knight, and I just heard some crazy news about Quality Leasing, and the guy that I heard it from is my good friend that I talk to just about every day while I'm out here trucking. You know, we communicate at the end of the day, or before the day start or whatever. And with that said, he's over at JB Hunt, and at JB Hunt, you know, they let you bring a quality lease truck over, and when Quality made these recent changes, they wanted a lot more money, it seems like, out of the carriers, and they wanted a down payment from the drivers. So, long story short, Quality Leasing no longer does business, from what I can tell, from what I understand, with JB Hunt. And I see them probably losing a lot of other people too, because those new fees that they're talking about are high. I mean, what I heard from, I think it was the Golden Child on his YouTube channel, I think he said Quality wanted $1,000 down for from the driver that leases with them, which it used to be free. It used to be no down payment, and they want to charge the carrier something like $3,000 or something like that, which it used to be less than that, I believe. I think they said it was $1,000 at one point. And so basically their fees is going up. The drivers need to put money down. The company need to contract with Quality. They need to put out more money for every truck that's bought on with them. So I was like, yeah, they're going to lose a lot of people, or a lot of the partner companies that they work with. Well, my buddy said that they have a new company that's leasing trucks that JB Hunt deals with. They basically picked another partner. And maybe in this partner, the only thing I can see is maybe that they are not requiring as much money from JB Hunt. It's the only thing I can think of, that they would choose another company. So let's just say this company is charging less than the $3,000 I heard Quality Leasing was charging. So let's say JB Hunt's paying $1,000 or nothing, whichever one it is, and something like that. Well, the driver is now having to pay $2,500 down to get the truck. And with Quality, you could at the third month after driving for your carrier, you could switch to another carrier if you didn't want to be with the original carrier you signed on with, at no cost. This company, and I don't know what Quality is charging now to switch carriers, but I'm willing to bet it ain't free. So this new company, which I don't know the name of, I was told they're charging $10,000 before you can switch carriers. Now, if that number is true, so I don't know if it's 100% true, but if it is true, that contract that you get into with them with $2,500 down and $10,000 to switch carriers, whatever carrier you're signed on with, they got you. That's all I'm gonna say. They have you, because to come up with $10,000 to switch carriers, who's gonna come up with, who has $10,000? Who's gonna stack up all their money that they're making as a lease operator, just to give it up when they get tired of the company they drive with? Because we all know drivers a lot of times need to bounce around a little bit before they find something they're happy with. Turnover rate in the trucking industry is well above most other industries. And they said it's worse now than it has been in years. So with that said, that's because people are getting with companies, they're not liking the experience, and they're going somewhere else. Because trucking companies can hire some people that can be very unprofessional on both sides of the fence, whether it be on the inside of the office or out here in the truck. But, it is what it is. That's the industry, I guess. So it leads to a lot of turnover. And, of course, a lot of people are chasing money. I get 36 cents over here. Why not go over here and make 40 cents or 45 cents a mile? And then when I get over here where they're making 40 cents a mile, I've come across a driver manager that makes me very angry at least once a week, to the point where I can't take it no more. So now I'm going to move to another company where I'm probably making just as much, but I like my new driver manager. Something like that. So, it happens. But man, and on top of that, my buddy told me, he knew a couple guys that were in quality trucks driving for JB Hunt, decided to turn in their quality trucks and go get these new trucks with this new company. They gave up a truck that they were paying $700 or $695 a week for, that didn't have any down payment. They wasn't planning on keeping it, but if they did, they didn't even have a balloon payment at the end. Now, yes, you do have to pay a quality truck. You have to pay on it for 7 years. And, it's kind of like having a 5-year deal and having a really high balloon payment that you finance for another 2 years. That's kind of how you look at it, because at the end of the quality lease, I think you only have to pay $1. So basically all they did was squeeze in a really high balloon payment type scenario and then just spread it out over the last 2 years. That's basically all they did. Because there's plenty of people out here that were in a 4-year lease, had like a $40,000 or $50,000 balloon payment, and they had to spread it out over another year and a half. So when they got that truck, did they think they were going to be paying for it originally for 5.5 years? Well, at least they're not selling it that way. They're not pitching it that way, because it's an option to buy. So they're not going to spend a lot of time saying, well, yeah, it's going to take you 5.5 years to 6 years to pay for this truck. But anyway, but these guys, that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard a trucker do. Get out of a truck that you could move from carrier to carrier without any cost, because in your current contract with Quality, you are in the old contract before Quality changed over to the new contract where there are all these new fees. They were in the old Quality truck, so if they got into situation where they didn't want to be with the carrier anymore, they could have just moved, probably at no cost. Now they're with JB Hunt till I don't know, and I'm willing to also bet there's probably not a walk-away lease either. I mean, if you put $2,500 down, would you really want to walk away? I wouldn't. These things don't make good financial sense. But it's crazy to think that they got a $10,000 charge to switch carriers. It scares me to think I'm stuck with somebody till the end of the truck payments is over 4 or 5 years from now. And it's leasing. You're coming into leasing, which means you probably were company drivers before they leased with JB Hunt. And so I don't even know how well they like the program or not at JB Hunt. But you're kind of in a walkaway lease with the company because you don't know if you're going to really like it or you want to be there for too long, based on whatever the experience is. But they stuck. But anyways, I tell you, when I heard that, I said, I got to tell people out here what the new situation is with JB Hunt as far as leasing on. And so anyway, that's the latest news, right straight off the press. It's the Chivalrous Night. By the way, I do now have a community page I have started on Facebook. As you see at the end of my last video, I've kind of put it at the bottom of the screen. Probably put it in this one too. So, you know, like my community page if you get a chance to. I'm gonna start, I guess, putting some of these pictures that I take of the different places I've been while I was out here. But anyways, I'll probably add that to the page to kind of have something on the page that's interesting. And I'm gonna probably attach some of my videos to the page. But anyways, that's the Chivalrous Knight coming to you with some latest news, and hope that it helps somebody out, and hope that you got informed. And if anything, just start up a new conversation and find out about what this new company is all about that's leasing trucks. Y'all have a good one.